Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. And we've been talking about some things. I told you I got a lot of videos that will be going up today and tomorrow. Um, but what we have to talk about is direction, and we have to talk about a seriousness of a breed. And of course, I've been a part of this community since we started it. And I think one of the ugliest things about this community is it's always been a little raggedy. Just for, I mean, lack of a better word, if you go back to the MSN boards, right? The MSN boards were raggedy. You had people taking shots at people all the time. You had people like a lot of childish shit, a lot of shit talking, a lot of ugly, just ugly conversations. But the conversation didn't stick around dogs, and the more it didn't stick around dogs, the more that we got away from dogs and we got away from the issues, and it became a popularity contest. Everything became a popularity contest or a jealousy situation. As I've told y'all before, I won't go into the specifics of certain jealousy situations that we've seen come about. But the saddest part about this whole thing is that as we move further and further away from reality, we've lost the dogs. This is the thing, and I'm not bragging when I say this. Y'all already know this. I've judged around the world. I've watched shows around the world. I've seen a lot of different dog shows. I've seen, German Shepherds, Clumber Spaniels, Pharaoh Hound, you name it, sheepdogs. That was one of my favorite classes, by the way. South African Boerboels. I've either judged or seen all of these dogs, Dobermans, Rottweilers. I mean, it. A lot of dogs. A lot of dogs. And the one thing that I can say about those breeds in comparison to the or all of the other breeds in comparison to the American Bully is it's a dog show. It's never about people. It's never about let me invite in as many celebrities as I can to make a scene. It's never about let me shine a spotlight on myself. Let me start a bunch of negative bullshit because I don't want you to talk dogs. I want you to talk about me, or I want to start some drama, which is becoming a typical thing of people wanting to start drama to bring attention to themselves. It's strange because after we do all of that, we make trophies that are bigger than Christmas trees. We dress up like gangsters. We dress up like 80s rappers. We have all these different promotions. Then the actual show is the dogs. And the one thing I can tell you that's consistent about the dogs is that they're very inconsistent. You do not see these particular dogs from other breeds when they have a show. Their dogs are consistent. It's very, very hard to find a flaw on a championship dog for most of these breeds. I'm just being honest with you. I had the honor to to judge a Doberman class, and wow, you know what I mean? It was interesting. You know what I mean? It was interesting to say the least, and I had always been saying I wanted to, and they gave me an opportunity to do it. And I did get the nod that I found the right dog, but damn, the dogs are like clones of each other, and then you have to go to the finite aspects where you can say each one of these dogs is conformationally correct and fits the breed standard to the T pretty much, and now you have to say who fits it better. Where our issue is not only are we not getting dogs that fit the breed standard, which would include not having these flaws and these issues, a lot of them don't even fit, don't fit the standard at all. It's like I've told you guys about the head. If you put a German Shepherd's head on a Rottweiler's body, that's not a Rottweiler. And some of the head pieces on these dogs that are supposed to be American Bullies are not American Bully head pieces. Then we go to the other issues, the multitude of flaws, whether it's the feet, the shoulders, the back, the whatever, you know what I mean? And these are things where you have championship dogs, but they don't have championship credentials as far as what's being shown in front of you. And I'm getting to this point. If this breed ever wants to succeed, three things have to happen. First and foremost, dogs have to start being eliminated from the breed. That's first and foremost. The bad representation of the breed, all of the flaws, all of the health issues, those dogs need to be eliminated. And it's disappointing that registries are not eliminating these dogs, are not pulling their paperwork and continue to allow them to be bred over and over again. I encourage every registry to start eliminating certain dogs so that our breed stock will get better throughout the breed. But next of all, we have to talk about the show ring, because the show ring is the representation of what's supposed to be bred. Well, the very first thing is we need champions that look like champions. We should look at the bar to say, who won Westminster this year? How did that dog at Westminster look? Did you find flaws on that dog? Then you can break it down to the classes that dog came from in the other competition in the best in show. Were those dogs flawed up? Can you just watch them and see obvious flaws? No, you can't. So we need to start having champion classes and be very, very limited on the dogs that we are giving show win points to get our champion classes to actually being champions that could compete if we pulled our breeds and put them in places like the AKC. And I'm not saying that the AKC is going to accept them. I'm saying in our imaginary world, if we could take our champion American bullies, could we line them up against the best of the best from other breeds? That should be our goal. You know what I mean? And the third thing about it is that we should definitely get our dogs healthy enough that they can actually cross over to the general public. Most people in the general public will not mess with these dogs for one specific reason. They're a vet bill waiting to happen. It's one of the reasons that the numbers on the Boston Terrier and the Pug went down. They used to be popular, but why you rarely ever see them at all anymore is because they became very well known for having health issues and being very hard to take care of and living at the veterinarian. This is one of the reasons also why you will see dogs like the Great Dane. Great Dane lost popularity because they have bad hearts and they're very, very hard to keep and maintain. And a lot of them just won't live past, 6, 7 years because of their heart. And every time you have a breed that suffers from health issues, the general public just doesn't want to deal with it very much. If you remember, the English Bulldog, maybe 15 years ago, was super, super popular, off the charts popular. But once people start getting them home and finding out with the bad breeding tendencies that was going on with the English, it became harder and harder to deal with them. And veterinarians will tell you that the English Bulldog became just a walking vet bill, and a lot of people just couldn't take it and they would die for no reason, and you just didn't know why. And you're starting to see the similar thing with the Frenchie and definitely with the American Bully. And this is one of the reasons why the Frenchie exploded, because of money. But now people are complaining about the Frenchies, and you can go on different sites where they sell dogs at, and you see Frenchies for $300-400. The value of them is totally washed out because the quality has been allowed to be totally eliminated. That's very, very similar to what's going on with the American Bully now. You can get American Bullies for very low prices because everybody breeds, and the quality is such that it's not allowing the breed to grow. This is why the shows are getting smaller, and this is why you're seeing a lot of rescues and things filled up with American Bullies, because people continue to breed, but they can't get rid of them. No one wants them. And it's not a thing of we just want to sell the dogs. We want to spread the breed. We want to spread the breed's popularity and see it continue to, go on and get better, and maybe even one day be a dog that's at the biggest shows. But this can only happen if we start to perfect this breed to the point that we can keep the dogs in a realm and in a trajectory that will allow them to compete with every other dog in the world. Currently, nationals, it's not to take a shot at the national champion, but the dog has very noticeable flaws and noticeable health issues. This is supposed to be your best dog of the year. Literally, if you go quality for quality, this dog would be disqualified in every other major show that had purebred dogs for confirmation. He would literally be disqualified, and you made him the best dog, period. This is something that has to change if the American Bully is going to go forward in a great direction. It's something to think about, and it's going to take great leadership, and it's going to take more education in our community, and hopefully we get there. But with all that being said, much love to you guys. Until next time, peace.